I guess it's, I don't know, like I guess I was on here to give you guys a manga review, which is basically called Death Note. This is volume number one. I'm not so sure if this is the original volume or this is just a remake of the first volume of Death Note. This Death Note is was made by let's see here, two Tugashino Obaya or something like that. I can't pronounce it. I bought this from or Amazon. Actually, not Amazon. It was what was it? So, Books and Money. Books and Money. I bought this from Books and Money. It cost me $11.99, which is basically the United States. Canada is $15.99, which is quite expensive, and the UK is like £8.99, I guess, or something like that. That's probably the best difference. But this is from basically from Shonen Jump, or I will say Viz Media. If you look right here on the back, right here, and it's basically from Shonen Jump. That's what the art style basically looks like. That's what it basically looked like, and that was a Shinigami, and that is what Light Yagami looks like right here, which is basically him. So yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so what is this manga basically all about? Before I go ahead and go into the details of what this manga is basically all about, I have to say this manga has quite the history of controversy based in the way. Personally, in a basic way, uh, this manga was banned in schools. That means it cannot. That means nobody cannot read this or anything like that because some certain people think that some parents or some dead ass parents or something like that or dead ass teachers don't understand when it comes to separation of fiction and reality and stuff like that. I don't want to get in a whole that the whole debate basically that. Um, they think that this Death Note thing situation, like you write the person's name down, and then like all of a sudden the person just like bam, just like they just die and stuff like that. There was several kids that got arrested. I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. This is what I've heard on the news. Heard news, and I've also heard the news that several kids were they got banned from school, or was they expelled from school for having a notebook that says Death Note, basically. And yeah, if you were to basically put this basically into kids school, or your parents let your kids have this, put it in schools, you can't be arrested for that. I'm not joking for at all. I'm not joking at all. They take it as a very serious threat. They think it's real, really actions. They think that this this Death Note book is definitely going to kill people. That's what they definitely do think. I really am not joking. I'm not joking. I'm being really serious. I'm being very serious. I've heard controversies basically about this and stuff like that. But I would definitely say there's no book out there based in the world or whatever the fuck notebook based out there in the world would basically have a power to basically to write people's names and say like bam they're dead and just like all that other bullshit and stuff like that just it's just hypothetical just like people just nowadays just don't really know understand stuff like that but yeah as I said before, what is this manga all about? Well, this manga is basically all about this young man right here. His name is like Yangami. If you look right here, that is a Shinigami. That's a Shinigami, or I would say Ryuk. I definitely think that's his name. Is basically Ryuk. I'm not so sure if he is a demon or basically a monster came from hell or something like that. I'm not really so sure, but he came from a world basically called a Shinigami world. He basically dropped his notebook basically into the human world, or I would say the world of the living. That's probably you definitely say. And I guess he probably did this on purpose because he was hoping that somebody basically from the human world would pick this up and basically uses as a way uses as a way. So I guess Ryu did not want to get his hands dirty, or maybe that he just got got bored of it. I think that's what he said. I think that's what he definitely said. I think he said that he pretty much got bored of it, and he just probably decided that he's just like, hey, I'm just gonna drop it, and just like I definitely don't need it. So how does this notebook really actually definitely works? Well, the notebook really definitely works basically in other different things, basically other different things. You have to write the name of the person. You have to write the sentencing out what's going to happen to the person. Like the person has a cardiac arrest, means like, AKA, has a heart attack, or let someone get hit by a car, or a shark eats a person, or a dog basically kills a person, or whatever it may be is, and stuff like that. And it has to. It's hard to explain, but it has to be in coalition, basically what basic definitely the things are basically saying. As for Light Yagami, basically in a way, he has, which I definitely agree with for Neverworld. Basically, if you guys don't know who Neverworld is he is a guy who talks about shonen jump and stuff like that. He talks about shonen jump news and all that other stuff and manga reviews and stuff like that. Which I happily, if you guys really want to go check his channel out, he's very transparent what he does. But anyways, Light Yagami has a god complex, basically in a way. Basically, he has the power, and he's discovered this Death Note book, and then he sees Ryuk, or I would say the Shinigami, basically, and he wasn't really actually so sure what to make about this and stuff like that. And then he start writing names down in the book, and people instantly were dying just like crazy. Were like dropping like flies, basically in a way. It's like basically in a way. But not only because of that, Light Yagami was basically writing down the names that who are the suspects, or I would say the bad apples, or the bad actors, or the bad people. That should probably be definitely say the criminals and stuff like that. So his goal is basically to rid the world of criminals. He wants to create a perfect utopia world where that basically be they're just basically good guys in a world. I guess you probably definitely say. He wants to make himself look like he is God. That's what he really actually is. As I said before, just like with Benevolence, as you definitely says, which I agree with him, he does have a God complex because he has the power of this notebook, because he has a way to write names down based in this book. That's what basically he definitely does. But also, in a way, this manga series is basically is also a mystery also as well too. Sometimes this book may have limits, which basically the Shinigami are saying Ryuk basically said that where he if he were to it's like Yagami makes a deal with Ryuk, he can have his lifespan to go up much more further, or his lifespan could be reduced, because even though the Ryuk, or I would say the Shinigami, basically away, he can tell when he is actually going to die and when he really actually is. But the problem is basically with that, Ryuk is not going to tell him when he's going to die. But like Yagami said, like, nah, I'm just not going to make that deal. I'm not going to do that, because that's something I just really am not going to do. I'm just going to say, this kind of scares me. I'm just not really actually going to do it. No, basically not going to do it. Now, to be honest with you, I would have a feeling. I definitely think, like, based on the way he probably definitely will do this, and he probably definitely do this. Meanwhile, basically into the manga, based also well too, like Youngie runs into a very familiar person. He goes by the name as Kira, aka it's Kira. Now I don't know why he goes by that, or maybe that's just a name that like probably made up or something like that. I don't know. That's something I really definitely don't know. Some people may have to explain that to me. That is something I definitely don't know. Or maybe that was the MPA, which is basically which is basically the NPA, which is basically the Eternals, the investigation, or we'll say top secret, the Eternal investigation in Japan to wanted to know what the hell's going on. They want to know why is all the prisoners, why is all these bad guys were dying, why is this basically happening? And I can't remember the name. I can't remember the exact number of people that died. I think there was like 200 or 500 or something like that prisoners that died or something like that. I'm not really actually so sure. So I couldn't keep count, but I can't remember. But I don't know. I can't remember. But anyways, that's basically what happened. And so then you also have this other person who is highly intelligent, very extremely smart, who is a mastermind solving these kinds of puzzles of these mysterious of these crimes known as L. Now that's from what I definitely know. Now L is basically he is a mysterious kind of person. He's a mastermind. He has the power to really. I guess you probably would definitely say like wants to know the mode of what light is basically doing. I guess that's what he's really is trying to do. It's kind of like cat and mouse, basically in a way. It's kind of like L is the cat, and not like Yagami is basically is the mouse. So basically, in other words, to basically catch the mouse, he has to really try to basically try this, which I also definitely say I find it very interesting and really actually is. I think this manga book is definitely very interesting. It really actually is. I don't know why I have been sleeping on a rock for decades, and I have not gotten a chance to read this manga or anything like that, or watch the anime. But I definitely say the art style is very fantastic, and it really actually is. But when it comes to a manga based like this, as I said before, facing controversy, facing through in and throughout, that's really a lot. That's really a lot. It really actually is. But I definitely do agree on the extensions that separate from fiction and reality. That's something I definitely do understand. But I don't want to get into the escapism when it comes to lolly fetishes and stuff like that. That's just something that is just kind of like, just want to stay away from that. Basically in that just of that territory. But I would definitely say if I have to get a rating for this manga, I'm going to give it a 10 plus, a 10 out of 10. If I get a 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5 star rating, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 star rating is definitely is very very good. I do got volume number two. I definitely do got volume number two, which is basically this spell, and I have to say, let me just say this. I'm hooked onto this. I really actually am. I gotta get volume number three. I gotta get it. I gotta get it so fucking bad. I gotta get it. I'm so addicted to this. I don't want to read it online, but I really want to read the manga of itself. That's something I really want to. But it's very interesting. It really actually is. It's very addicting because it kind of really makes you think like what is actually stuff is going to happen and where is the eternity events and space and stuff like that. Now, if you guys want to pick up both of these mangas, you can pick them up from Books and Moon, or basically you can pick from the Crunchyroll store, or basically on Amazon. It's whatever is up to you. In my opinion, I would definitely either go to Amazon or Books and Moon because those are the only two affiliates that I basically go shopping for my manga. And even though I would definitely say I'm trying to save my money as much as I can, much as possible, but I'm really am addicted to Death Note. I really actually am. Now, sometime today, if I don't do it today, or maybe sometime tomorrow, I promise I will do a volume number two of Death Note, and I probably will basically do a Saturday review. Basically, maybe sometime this week. I'm not so sure. Volume number 2 of One Piece. Also, I want to continue my journey basically with that. I don't want to read it online, but I want to take my time with the series. I don't want to rush too much basically into that because it would kind of ruin the fun for me basically in a way, and I really want to take my time with it because I don't want to I don't really don't want to rush it too much. That's something I don't want to. But in a way, I definitely want to catch up all the way to the end of basically this also too. But I think One Piece Space in a way, there's a lot of greatness basic with it. But as I said before, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to read it online, but I just want to read it from the books. That's what I really want to read. I know some people may disagree with me with that, but that's just perfectly fine by me. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this manga review. Tell me what you guys think. Um, like I said, will you guys buy these mangas? Do you guys have Death Note? Do you guys read them online? Do you guys don't read them online? Where do you guys do shop? Where do you guys do shop at? Do you guys shop at Books None, Bars, Books and Novel, Crunchyroll Store, or Amazon, whatever that maybe is, and stuff like that. But yeah, and this is Unlike Sims. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please give me a like or give me a dislike. Doesn't matter to me. And please leave the comments below. And please hit that notification button also too, so that let me know if you guys watch my videos. That's something very important for me. It's something very important for me. So basically, I can basically for people who can really can do that for me. But yeah, anyways, this is Unlike Sims. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys want to, and I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Once again. Thank you for the creator of Death Note. Very good manga book. If I do get volume 3, I definitely will. And I'll probably do a volume 2 review here sometime soon. Look forward to that. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Bye.